You damn Loricons! Stop being Loricon!
This is a character known as Backbeard. Well, a very liberal interpretation of Backbeard. The real Backbeard is one of the main antagonists of the long-standing classic franchise Gegege no Kitaro. He is the leader of the Western yokai and commands monsters such as witches, werewolves, vampires, and Frankensteins. His name is based on the creature Bugbear. He is a dignified floating eyeball who can hypnotize others with his eyes and aims to establish an empire of monsters. He can also grow limbs if he wishes. For sumo purposes, he can drive cars and drink whiskey. But that is besides the point. How did he went from leader of Western yokai of one of the most beloved Japanese franchises into whatever this video is about? The answer, of course, is image boards. Futaba channel around 2004. Users would open threads for the sake of Rory pictures and discussions, but one day, someone replied with this edit.
You damn Loricons!
This is an edit from one of the early appearances of Backbeard, his original line being,
Have you understood? There is no power that can go against my eye.
Posters took a liking of having such a mighty creature not wanting power, fame, or yokai world domination, but simply being really pissed off at the idea that rorikons exist, to the point he hunts them with his rorikon killing beam. Because it became customary to post him whenever a Rori thread was open, people started having a lot of fun, making more and more Backbeard edits and solidifying him as a chastising Rorikon hater creature. Although, of course, eventually derivations of the meme would appear. Versions where he is just too tired to chastise the Rorikons and really doesn't want to deal with them. Versions where he doesn't seem to mind much and saying things like,
Rorikon is fine sometimes.
Or,
as long as it doesn't leave the Tutti realm, it's fine.
Versions where he admits he is also a Rorikon and he's open about it, but the most popular derivation is probably the one where he says he's okay with Shotakon. The Backbeard edits, and even just the line "You damn Rorikons" became popular enough that it eventually started leaving the Futaba channel sphere, to the point the idea of Backbeard relating to Rorikon was officially referenced to with the release of the 5th series of Gegege no Kitaro. One promotional poster released on Megami magazine shows a pin-up of the character Nekomusume in a hot spring, with Backbeard on the back holding a sign that says,
Japanese yokai are also pretty good,
with a not so dignified expression to his face, as well as the character Zambia, the little witch who is a member of the Western yokai young generation group. She claims she is Backbeard's favorite. And there's even this scene from when she was hypnotized and made to dream. Eventually the edits started leaving the realm of that specific manga panel, and it got to the point that anything that resembled Backbeard and even that resembles a single eye may, to this day even, receive a comment saying "You damn Rorikons." Now for a quick intermission. Kanji can be interpreted as big blocks composed of smaller ones. For example, the kanji for small, 5, and the katakanas ro and ri can be understood as 5th year elementary schooler Rory. But if you put all of them together into a single kanji, it means enlightenment, understanding. This explanation is from a series of ASCII art from around 2004, and the resulting kanji is read as Satori. Komeiji Satori is a character from the Toho Project franchise, and from the previously explained joke, plus the fact that her light blue coat has the same color as a kindergartner's mock, plus the fact of her having a floating third eye and is able to read minds, it is not unusual to see her being related to the line "You damn Rorikons." But well, she is not the best representative of such a line. It is not surprising that in the end, people would turn the Rorikon chastising meme into a Rori. But there is one that is easily the most notable one. 9/11, 2005. The artist Dorothée posts in his blog this drawing. which he called a questionable personification, but he seemed to like it so much, just 3 days later he was drawing comics with the design. Backbeard-sama is watching being the name of these comics. The setting of the comic went from a personification of the Backbeard meme to the daughter of the Backbeard meme. This girl, which became popularly known as Beako or Beako, just like her father, who she respects very much, is a rorikon hater who lives to eradicate them, or at the very least tries to lead them into the path of graduating their rorikon ways. Some of her methods include going to the bookstore and drawing hair on the rorikon books. They get mad at her. She walks around town in a school swimsuit to fish up any rorikons. She gets questioned by the police. She gets girls in the park to record videos decoding the rorikons. That doesn't work. She posts risque pictures of herself to make the rorikons used to them and become uninterested as a result. Of course, that also doesn't work. She keeps trying to pester the rorikons but gets easily bought off by sweets. Her favorite one is White Rorita. She is a loudmouth brat, but also clumsy girl whose plans fail a lot. If anything, she makes things worse. But despite the setbacks in her plans, she never gives up on trying to make the rorikons graduate from their ways. She does technically have 2 eye sockets, but behind her other eye is pure darkness granted to her by her father, and the little eye that accompanies her is also connected to him. Unsurprisingly, just like her father, she gained a good amount of popularity within Futaba channel. It was not unlikely to see her roaming the board riding her father as they hunt rorikons. But also, just like her father, the Backbeard meme, she also started getting recognition outside of Futaba channel. And even ended up getting official merchandising, first sold in Comic Cat 73. One small figure at about 6 centimeters, and if you couldn't be satisfied with such a small Beako, there was one about 27 centimeters tall. From the character that was derived from a character derived from a character, more characters were born. If there is a Rori that chastises rorikons, it naturally led to the idea that there should be a Shota that chastises shotakons. And so came to life Beao, younger brother of Beako, who aims to eradicate the shotakons and shouts, "You damn shotakons!" Now, there is a father and 2 kids, so naturally there is a mother, called Beamama, who shouts, "You damn mothercons!" Although in her case, she doesn't seem to dislike them. Remember that Beako comes from Backbeard that comes from Bugbeard. So in a way, her name can be read as Beako. Considering Beako is black themed, then there must be a white themed, polar Beako. Due to Beako's popularity within Futaba, Torote started doing doujinshi, crossovers of his comic Backbeard-sama is Watching and the Nijiura board IMG. On this doujinshi, Beako plays her role of rorikon hunter, but now within Nijiura town, a fictitious town that represents the Nijiura boards in Futaba channel. These stories feature several Futaba inside jokes and characters, sometimes as one-offs, but with a good amount of recurring characters as well. Those being the OS-tan, Hachan, Windows 98, Setchan, Windows 98 2nd edition, Homeo, Windows XP Home edition, Obasama, Windows 3.1. They being a family who always encounter Beako by accident and get mixed up in her hijinks. I'll talk about the OS-tan in detail in their own video. The Nijiura maid Yakui-san also appears very frequently, mostly to cause a ton of trouble and set up the punchline. She did get Backbeard addicted to her eye drops. And Kirin-san, who seems to mostly be there to get harassed. Eventually Beako started going to school, which is the maid academy, the school where the Nijiura maids go to, although she just takes normal classes. Her classmates became Kirin-san and Chibi Yami-chan, who is a derivative character of a derivative character based on Kotono Miyayuki from Suigetsu. And I also plan to talk about Suigetsu eventually. This specific group is called the Nuko Nuko Dan, and it was born from a festival with the objective of putting characters together, and this was the elementary school group that came out of it. A festival being a term used when a big number of users posts drawings, edits, or writings regarding one specific topic. Beako going to the maid academy made possible for the cameo of other maids. But Tensai-san, who cries upon seeing Backbeard, and Lemon Tea-san, who gives Backbeard some freshly squeezed lemon tea. Another maid that gets added to her so-called rorikon removal team is the fragile maid Moroi-san, who throws up upon seeing Backbeard and spends 3 pages receiving tranquilizers mouth-to-mouth by Yakui-san. Although the setting Torotei himself used is that Beako goes to the maid academy from an ever shape-shifting space, such as a message board, whether she goes to the maid academy or she just goes to a separate school called Nijiura Elementary School, seem to depend if the person portraying her considers them to be the same place or not. Another character that's related to Beako is another student from the Nijiura Elementary School. It is the girl called Furansujin. This is gay furry art of a restrained tiger biting its own tail. Okay, so why am I showing you this? The catalog mode of Futaba channel makes the thread images very small, only showing a very low resolution thumbnail. People saw that thumbnail and thought it looked a lot like a Rori character. And in that thread, the setting of the character was decided little by little from posters that would get digits at the end of her post, and she miraculously developed into a surprisingly concise character. She is an 11-year-old girl that likes vodka and frogs, dreams of being Putin's wife, her catchphrase is "Meanwhile" in Russia, her possessions are toys that are meant to be given to orphanages and a hunting gun, and her hobby is donating. Digits also decided that she's a sniper that transferred to the elementary school and is also a member of Nijiura's Hunting Association. The Hunting Association is a group in Nijiura town that hunts dangerous animals, mostly the character known as Tiger. The character Tiger is represented by stills from a 1987 commercial by construction material company Yoshino Gibson, meant to sell the sturdy, soundproof and fire-resistant Tiger boards. Tiger is a character that precedes Furansujin by many years, and he is one of the representations of rorikons in Nijiura, who was born when the picture was used in a series of threads with insane ramblings, obsessing with Itochika from Ichigo Mashimaru, and eventually evolved into a series of tiger threads, where whoever got matching digits inside that thread would become a tiger, and members of the Hunting Association would have to shoot them while trying to avoid getting matching digits themselves. The last 2 digits would be the amount of damage done to the tiger. So logically, the higher the number of the matching digits at the end of the post number, the strongest the tiger would be. Oh no. Hey, you're joking, right? The worst case scenario. Of all places, it had to happen in this thread? You want me to be honest? The world is done for. Hide the near little girls! Immediately! It came out! It finally came out! Hunting Association! The King Tiger has come out! Ah! Bam, 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 bam! Ah! Damn it, this ain't a joke! There's no way we can go against something like that! No matter how much gets shot, it just doesn't die! There's nothing I can do against that with just a handgun! Medic! Medic! The Earth Defense Force! Call the Earth Defense Force! Someone bring out the Gundam! I don't wanna die! I don't wanna die! Strategic retreat! Retreat! Run away! Don't give up! Don't stop! Don't run! Fight! Bam! Bam! God damn it, I'm not running away! I'm not running away! This is not a fight we can win anymore! Evacuate the girls, even if at the cost of your lives! Gentlemen, it was an honor to have fought alongside you. Father, Mother, forgive the misfortune of living this life before you too. For I stopped being a human and became a tiger, huh? Bam! A tiger that holds the power of the Hunting Association? Yeah, that's right. Bam! The infection just keeps spreading. Bam! This is too dangerous. It's over. I'm running away. I'm not letting you. You tiger bastards! Ah, you're becoming a tiger! Bam! Bam! Headquarters! The members of the Hunting Association are all becoming tigers! Yeah! Is this because of the king? There's more small fries compared to the usual. The more I hunt, the more the contamination spreads. More tiger threads are being opened. Is this the infectious power of an 8-digit tiger? I have an idea. Let's shoot ourselves. If we do that, it will stop the spread of tigers. This place is done for. We need to burn the whole area with napalm. This is IMG Air Force Division. From this moment forward, we'll be initiating the airstrike. Headquarters! Carpet bombing! No! I'm requesting the use of a nuclear warhead! Headquarters! This is an emergency situation requesting the usage of nuclear weapons. It is with deep regret that I inform a nuke will be launched into this thread as decided by the headquarters. The key code of the nuke is 55556666. I trust you guys! Launch the nuke! I'm getting 6666 and sending out the nuke! Did it come? Bastard! You're useless! The nuke activation has failed. It didn't launch. So close. The nuke didn't launch. It means there's nothing we can do anymore. So this is the king. It's over. We can't win. There's too many of them. So this is the end of the world. It's over. Let's give up. This is a one-sided massacre. The ones being massacred are us. This is reality. Movies and anime are just lies. There's nothing we can do. Damn it. God damn it. Happy ants can eat shit and God can fall straight to hell! And thus the hunting association was eradicated and the earth became a paradise for tigers. You know, if something like this happened in a manga, it would be a pretty interesting situation, wouldn't it? So yeah, of course Beako would also see such a character as an enemy, and so she's also portrayed alongside Furansujin hunting tigers, although it is more of a Beako acts as bait and Furansujin shoots them from afar kind of situation. And with this, there are a decent amount of portrayals of Beako, Kirin-san, Chibi Yami-chan, and Furansujin together as well. About 10 years after the character was created, Torotei started posting Beako art on his Twitter with the caption, "Today's Damn Lolicons," and he was going on a pace of one drawing a day. Do you want to know how long this lasted? It's still going. It started in January 12, 2015, and to this day, every day. There is Beako art posted on his account. This whole act now called Everyday Back Beako. At the point this video is released, I think there's over 3,700 drawings of her by Torotei. I look at this and I just think, I hope I one day get as passionate to something as he is to Beako. He is still drawing her, he is still making doujinshi of her. Beako seems to currently be a streamer. Actually, I think part of the joke is that the drawings released by Torotei are meant to be the pictures Beako takes of herself to post on social media. As proof of his activity, there is a long-running Futaba channel focused event where its 19th iteration just happened, and he drew the promotional art for it. Over 20 years ago, Backbeard appeared to eradicate the rorikons. His daughter as well came to life, with the objective of making the rorikons graduate out of their nefarious tastes. Although I'm not sure if she remembers her mission anymore, to be honest. It will have been 20 years since she came to life in a few months. Although of course yokai like her don't change appearances, so she'll keep being the way she is. And with that, I just gotta say, keep trying, Beako. Who knows, maybe in another 20 years you get him. I want to give a huge thanks to Squadalo, who kindly offered me a ton of resources from the Nijiura storehouse. It allowed me to delve much deeper than I would ever be able to without it. I deeply appreciate it. Okay.
See ya later! このロリコンどもめ!